All right, everyone, here we go. Schrödinger's Caturday. I don't do them every Caturday, but we are this time. All right, I got one. Why? Because we're in the wake. We're in it. A South Node Eclipse. It's so powerful, it showed up in the second half of August reading back on Thursday. I mean, it's strong. This is a huge, huge thing. It's about your personal identity. It's a time when you can change your life. It really is. Last time we had a South Node Eclipse in Leo was back, it happened August 1st, 2008. And it was a hell of a time for a lot of people. I talked about myself a little bit and how it, because I'm the only one here. And I'm not trying to be a narcissist, I'm just saying I'm the only one here. So I talked about myself in the second half of the month reading. But I also, after that reading, made some calls and sent out some emails. I started talking to people about 2008, the second half of it, right? From the summer of '08 through about the early spring of '09. And everybody had stories of something. Oh, yeah, they remembered what was happening here, there, and everywhere. I mean, it was quite a time. It's a memorable time at the very least. So whatever it is, that became abundantly clear. So whatever it is, this right now, between now and, say, February, definitely, at the very least, between now and mid-December is going to be a memorable time for you. Will it be a good memory, a live cat, or a bad memory, a dead cat? I don't know. But let's find out. Let's find out what kind of energies, what kind of flow you're in for the South Node Eclipse. All right, let's do it. In these energies. Okay. I got the Schrödinger's cat quarter. I'm going to shuffle the deck. I'm going to run the science experiment through my head as I do, putting it out there about the energies around you, right? I'm going to put 2 cards face down. You're going to pick an animal. I'm going to give you 2 animals. The coin's going to decide which animal goes with which card. You don't decide anything. Let's see where we're at. Shuffling the deck. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I know I'm pulling on a specific period in time, but it'll hit you all differently. The eclipse in 2008, for example, hit me around July 9th, which was about a few weeks before the eclipse. That's when that period began for me in that year. So again, an eclipse can affect you before it even fucking happens. The energy can be there because all the energy is already there. Depends where you are on your timeline. I'm always a little ahead of energies. You might be too. I know a few of you have told me that. I'm always a little ahead of things. So, anyway, let's see where we go. All right. We ready? I'm ready. I'm going to put 2 cards face down. No timestamps here, people. Everything is energy and everything is connected. All right? Watch them both. At the end, I'll pull a bridging energy, show you how they're tied together. If this ends up being your card, okay, that's fine. Watch this one too. This might be future influence, or I might give you tips because they're connected, tips on how to better manage this card. Either make more of it if it's positive or make something of it if it's negative. All right? All right, I'm going to give you 2 animals right now. What are we going to do? Let me look around. I got animals all over my room. Are you a fox sparrow or a bison? Wow, there's a gap there. Right? Are you a bison or a fox sparrow? Oh, man, I don't know. Let's see where we go. You got 2 seconds. All right. Bison is heads, fox sparrow is tails. I'm going to do it that way. Bison is head, fox sparrow is tails. I like fox sparrows, actually. One of my favorites. It's still spinning. Did you hear it? Did you hear it kind of come to a close? And it's tails. Very rare. Very rare. I got some people out there that think I have a 2-headed coin, right? So this is fox sparrow and this is bison. Fox sparrow, bison. Okay. Tails. Right there. Unreal. All right. I love it. It came to a spinning close. And on the one day, Flem the parrot's not here. He loves the coin toss, you know. All right, fox sparrows. Are we ready? So the eclipse energies, you got a live cat or a dead cat. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Let's take a peek. I said I like fox sparrows, right? I did say that. I do. I like them. It's a fool. It's a live cat. Listen, you've got an opportunity. The energy provides opportunity. Let me be clear about that. It's our free will that fucks it up. The energy's there for everybody. Okay? If you're a pessimist, you're not going to get as much out of it, if anything out of it, as somebody who's like, okay, I know this is here. I want to make the most of this energy, so I'm going to just, as things come at me, I'm going to go with it. I can control how I react. I can't control what comes in. Okay? If you're going to be negative about it, you're not going to get as much out of it. The energy is providing an opportunity for you to move forward in leaps and bounds, to mix in new circles. This right here, Fox Sparrows, you guys are a lot of what came out in the second half of August reading. Okay? You really are. That's beautiful energy. I'm not saying this, we can have 2 live cats. Calm the motherfucker down, sport. We can have 2 live cats. It's cool. All right, let's grab the witches. I'm going to clarify with the witches. I don't know why. It's just how it goes. We'll do the bridging energies with the light seer. Okay? All right, the Fool. Let's go. We're just going to pull 3 cards and a crossing card and get a quick clarifier on it. Watch it all. All right? One of the most important lessons you'll learn in life and in the tarot is temperance. You know, if you have to, speed up the video. But I mean, if you can't sit for a 20-minute video and say, oh my God, these are connected, and then he's going to pull that, I mean, are you that? Really? Okay, you got bigger problems than, somebody, than the soulmate cycle. I tell you what, be careful. All right? Temperance is important. All right, here we go. I've given up on my wife. She's never going to find temperance. She still fast forwards through every damn TV show she watches. I see 3 minutes of every show. Okay, got it. I got the gist. All right, on to the next one. All right, here we go. The Fool. We had a friend who was doing an episode of a show once. We didn't even get to see him. I guess we missed his part. I guess you just fast forwarded through it. Okay. All right. Never saw him. I had to go back later and try and find it. All right, here we go. The Fool. Let's do it. So, do what you want to do, but temperance is an important lesson. It is crossed, as well as the center card is crossed, by strength. Heart chakra, strength. No, that's not necessarily what's here. I got to see what this is crossing before I open my mouth, okay? What's on top? The Fool. Look at that. I know. 9 of Cups, yeah. It's sort of it came up somewhere in the extended for the second half of August, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong. You're going to have to have some self-worth here. The more self-worth you have, I'm not talking about narcissism, I'm talking about the more you value yourself, the further you'll go. All right? The higher up the ladder you'll climb, the more you value yourself. It's important that you do. All right? If you're depressed, you'll still climb the ladder, you just won't get very far. All right? I need you to keep your heart chakra open. The energy will come through your heart chakra. You'll start to love yourself a little bit. And once you do that, this energy activates and it will attract. We're talking about fools on not just a new level, a level above the new level. Okay? Wow. Maybe look, I don't say anything or joke about anything that's not part of the reading. I just talked to you about temperance. Maybe you're someone who needs to learn that, right? If you're watching me on 6X and I'm talking like that, maybe you need to slow down. I don't want you to miss this time frame. If there's any time to slow down, it's now. At the very least, between now and the middle of December. All right? The messages come through your heart chakra. What's red with the Fool on top of the Fool? 9 cups. I mean, you can have it all. Ace of Swords. This is beautiful. This is a live cat. The cat is so alive, it'll live longer than any other cat. You're setting yourself up in this little, what's really, quite frankly, a 5, 6, maybe 7-month period of time as it dissipates out because there's no hard stops in the energy. You are setting yourself up for the next 18, 20 years of your life. You really are. Okay? And if you don't believe that, obviously, I talk to so many people about that 2008 era, and there's a lot of shit I did in that time frame that's set up in that time frame that's still in effect right now, that's still sort of running off, It is what it is. This is beautiful. Good for you. Good for you. This is a reconciliation energy. This shows you that life's worth living, this energy. Okay? I'm not saying you didn't think it was. If you didn't think it was, you will think it is. And if you already thought it was, you're just getting a a reaffirmation of that. This is beautiful. Keep your heart chakra open. All right, you have to. It's extremely important. All right, I'm going to take the strength card out. All right, here we go. Bison. Huh? All right. Not to be confused with the vacuum. That's a Dyson. This is a bison. It probably cost less. All right, here we go. Well, it's on life support. It's not a dead cat. It's 5 swords. It's not a dead cat. Just calm down. All right, I'm going to try to candy coat this a little bit for you. Right? Let me smear some of that caramel on your ass a little bit. All right, let it harden up a little, and then we'll chip it off bit by bit with the witches here. It's 5 swords. The energy it's too easy. It's good energy. It ties with this. Everything here is the same. This is a victory, but it's a bittersweet victory. So the energy here is the same. Everything I said applies. Okay, that's positive, right? That's very good. On the negative side, there's a bit more energy around you, the flow, the specific flow that you're in over the next 6 months. You've got opportunity after opportunity to fuck it up, to stab yourself in the foot, to sabotage it. I don't know why yet. We're going to find out, okay? Over here, this is very hard to screw up. I even said, and you heard me say, even if you're a pessimist, even if you're depressed, you still get something out of it. I just like to see you get the most out of it, right? Over here, you can still have it all, but there's so many opportunities. It's like there's more pitfalls. It's like this is a paved road, and this is a paved road with potholes, and the temptation for some reason around you is to aim for the potholes. Okay? I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe you need to take the advice of keeping the heart chakra open a bit more. I don't know. Maybe we got a few more bitter pills on this side. Be careful about that. Okay? Be careful about that. There's no need for that. You signed up for the human experience back up in the 5D. Live your human experience. All right? Take your chances and take your smart chances. Play chess. Enjoy yourself. You're supposed to be having fun and learning and growing your energy and experiencing things that you, emotional things in particular, that you can't experience in your energetic form. So, hey, no need to aim for the potholes. All right, let's see why it's here. Let's do it. 5 of Swords. I'm not calling it a dead cat. It's only dead if you want it to be. All right? If you want to kill your suspension in your car, that's on you. It is what it is. Bottom of the son of a bitch. Fuck. I'm trying. I am. Bison, I'm trying. Bottom of the deck is 9 swords crossing what will be the center card, and which technically means it's crossing this as well. So the center card crossed by that is all crossing that. You have a tendency, I don't know why, I'm sure the heart chakra would cure it. You have a tendency to worry too much in this energy, and it will fuck you. You second guess yourself. You worry about it. You make a decision, right? You put an offer down on something. You sleep on it. You get halfway through the night, and I got to call and cancel. I got to call and cancel. Whatever it is. I don't care if it's an Amazon order or a fucking house. Whatever it is. You're waking up your real estate agent at 2 o'clock in the morning. I got to cancel this. No, I got to cancel my offer. Right? That kind of a thing. All because you sprung up in the middle of the night. Something happens at night. Something happens, or if you work nights and you sleep during the day, something happens when you're asleep in this energy. Okay? You spring up. Don't make me give the lesson. Don't make me give the energy lesson on where we go when we sleep. What happens when I'll do that. Maybe it's not necessary here. It'd be too long, make the video too long. But it's actually quite fascinating. There's a couple of theories about it. I'll give you one side theory. Well, the 2 main theories, one are soul. Edgar Cayce wrote about this one, where the soul is tethered to the body and it goes to the astral plane, it goes to the Akashic record, and a lot of people ignore it. And they just, they wake up and they've wasted sleep. Sleep is like a brilliant time to grow and expand your energy. That's true. But also, what also could be happening for a lot of people is they live a second life when they sleep. The soul is tethered to the body here, but it lives a second life. And you don't remember that second life when you wake up any more than you remember this one. when you're in the sleep mode. Okay? That's why it's important to keep a sleep journal. Right? But the math works on both. What's on top? I gotta give you the reading. I'm sorry. Look, you can see the fucking cards, right? The King of Wands. Okay, be careful about making rash decisions of things that stroke your ego. In other words, big purchases just because you feel like you can have it or something like that. Be careful of ego plays. Be careful of your ego getting in the way. All right. Probably the one thing that wakes you up in the night is you're afraid of failure. This energy, King of Wands, is always afraid of failure, right? They blame shift. They make you believe anything is possible, and then when it's not possible, they blame shift it onto someone else. Well, it's so and so's fault. That kind of a thing. I could have done it. Right? I could have done it. This is also the person who trips on the sidewalk, like I always say. And rather than just say, oh, I fucked up, everyone's laughing at me, right? They say, oh, I planned that, right? Planned it all along right from the start, that kind of a thing. Be careful about ego plays. That's what'll wake you up at night. That's your soul at night screaming at you. So it could be that. It could be as well, you are getting to the astral plane. But what the astral plane, or the Akashic record, what the Akashic record is telling you, which is all the information, everything, better than Google AI, what it's telling you is the truth, but your ego doesn't want to believe it, right? Your ego doesn't like it. It doesn't like the truth. So you wake up like this, and you're like, well, I need to cancel, right? Because I'm just going to get my ego hurt. So it could be that. I don't know. But just because your ego is going to get hurt, it doesn't mean that thing is a bad idea to do. It doesn't mean that. Okay. There's a lot of things that are good ideas to do that hurt your ego, right? A colonoscopy is a good thing to do, but it hurts your ego. You got 50 people looking at your ass while you're knocked out. It's a good thing to do, but it isn't. You don't exactly feel like the King of fucking Wands while it's happening, okay? While you're going in for one. Center card. Queen of Swords. See? What did I say? Rewind. I need to cancel this, right? It's going to hurt my ego. Oh, well, okay. Be careful about that. Careful of the ego getting in the way here. It's over here. I don't have any. I just got heart shock. I got beautiful. Feed off of that strength card, please. What's red with the King of Wands? Three of Pentacles, yeah. Lots of things. Here's where your Five of Swords comes in. I'll sum it up. I think lots of things are going to sound like a good idea to your ego. There's going to be lots of opportunities that stroke your ego, okay? I think this side is looking for more, because of the heart chakra, spiritual growth. This side is looking for more circle of friends, moving up the ladder, doing, I mean emotionally as well, surrounding themselves with higher vibration things. Over here, it's like Temptation Island, right? It's a whole buffet of fruits and vegetables over here. And over here, it feels like a whole buffet of different cookies. Oh, those Oreos. Oh, my God, Fig Newtons. It's like that. Be careful about that, okay? You'll regret them later. Choose only what your soul feels. Do not choose what your ego wants, all right? And you won't have any problems. There's a lot of ego here, all right? Be careful about that. Careful about letting your ego get in the way. All right, bridging energy. Let's do it. What's the bridging energy between the Fool and... So this can be a live cat, or it could be a dead cat. Over here, make sure you paid attention to what I said here, because you could just as easily fall into this trap. Either or. You can be this, or you could be this. It could go either way. The whole secret to the whole thing is the heart chakra, right? And again, if you're going somewhere when you sleep, and you get the truth, and you wake up... paranoid, right? Oh my God, I need to cancel. I need the Queen of Swords this, right? Then again, stop for a moment. Ask yourself, is it my ego that's worried about this, or does this feel good in my soul? Because it might. Something that feels good in your soul, right, that hurts your ego, in this energy over here, my bisons are going to want to cancel it. They're going to want to put Queen of Swords through it, right? So be careful about that, right? So keep the heart chakra open. The universe is talking to you through the heart chakra here. Any kind of daydreams you have, make sure they're centered around love, right? You interacting with others and enjoying it, right? And imagine yourself, shoot for Mars if you want the moon. You've got to shoot past it. Imagine if you're trying to find new love. Imagine yourself with somebody you wouldn't have a snowball's chance in hell with. Your biggest celebrity crush or something like that. Imagine yourself in a relationship with someone like that. So that the universe has a wide range of options to send you. So it can send you the moon, right? Never mind Mars. Shoot for Saturn, which is way further out, right? Shoot for Uranus if you can. All right. No anus jokes, please. All right, here we go. The Fool and the Five of Swords. What's the bridging energy between the Fool and the Five of Swords? What is it? The Queen of Pentacles at the bottom, just for fun, because it showed itself to me, so I'll show it to you. It's the Lovers. Makes choices that nurture the soul. It's a soul nurturing energy. It's the Queen of Pentacles. Make choices that nurture the soul, not the ego. This side over here is much easier to do that. This side's a bit more difficult. Yeah? And don't put a sword through something just because it might hurt your ego. Right? That doesn't work. It's not necessary. All right, here we go. Fool and the King of Wands. This is a leap of faith. This is only a leap if it benefits me. Okay? All right. If we want to put it in a spiritual context, this is spirituality all the time. Right? Faith. This over here, this is most of society. Most of society suddenly finds God when things are going bad. Or find spirituality in general when things are going bad. When things are going good, they tend to ignore it and they get greedy and they get crazy, and then it ends up on a cycle that ends up making things go bad eventually because of all that greed and selfishness and all of that, right? It is what it is. That's the King of Wands energy. That's the aspect here, all right? So keep that in mind. So I tell again my bisons, keep your heart chakra open. Be sure what you're doing is for your soul, not for your ego. And you'll be fine. You'll take this path. It's very nice. Right? But don't just find religion or find spirituality when things are going bad, and then when things are going good, you ignore it. Right? Chuck the book in a drawer or whatever it is. Stop watching tarot readings or reading astrology. If things are going good, I'm going to stop. That kind of a thing. What the fuck? You could stop watching readings if you want, but keep your spirituality going. Don't just turn into a King of Wands here. All right, here we go. Bridging energy, the King of Wands. Again, it's right there. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands as well. Jeez, it's everything I've already just said. Okay, that's the bridging energy. The temptation is always there to, things start going good, fine, I'll close the heart chakra, now I'm just going to enjoy my ride and my new friends and my whatever. Right? The temptation here is to go King of Wands. The temptation or the challenge here on this side is to go with the heart chakra, right? To take a leap of faith, to do things that nurture your soul. Okay? Bridging energy between 9 Cups and the Queen of Swords. I like the dream aspect there. It's tough to explain in a short context the way I did, but there's very strong evidence energetically that it's both, right? That we split off in a couple of different directions. One is tethered to us, and we go up to the Akashic record should we take advantage of it. Most people don't. Most people just skim the side of it, like standing outside the greatest library that ever existed and never going in, just sitting on the steps, right? But that's one side of it. The other side of it splits off and lives an entirely different life. And that's why sometimes it bleeds over into this one. Sometimes we remember little bits of that. And sometimes in that other life, we remember little bits of this one. Right? It is what it is. But the math works on that. All right, bridging energy between the 9 Cups and the Queen of Swords. Page of Wands. On this side, be careful about cutting something out because it's not going to be fun. On this side, well, be careful about, how do I phrase it? It's my party girl. Self-indulgence, too much, the heart chakra. Getting too much of a good thing. Be careful about that. Okay? Careful about too much of a good thing over here. You might suffer from burnout. Now, it's like, for example, over here, if this was you starting a workout program and dieting, right? So that at the end of the 6 months, you're like an Adonis, right? Or some sort of Venus statue. You know, you're just absolutely incredible at the end of it. Don't go crazy with it. Moderation is better in everything. You know, there's plenty of people I know that work out too much that are in for surgery once a fucking year for something. You don't need to push it that far. Chill out. You know, chill out. There's a comedian who's got a joke about that. He's like, I don't work out. Because everybody I know who works out needs knee surgery or they got something wrong with them. I'm fine. You know, I've never had that. It is that kind of thing. You can push it too far. You can also work out and never need knee surgery and things like that as well. Try to have some moderation here. Over here, yeah. If it's not fun, I don't want to do it. Be careful about that. That's not how you expand and grow. All right, Ace of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. What's the bridging energy? What do we get? Let's do this. The bridging energy, the bottom of the deck right now is the bridging energy over all the bridging energies. It's death. Shit's changing. Shit, whatever this card is, this also crosses it. Shit is changing. This is a South Node fucking eclipse, solar eclipse. It is a big deal. All right. However you want to slice it, it's a memorable time. Some of those memories will hurt your ego. It is possible. You know, I talked about on the second half of the month reading, I may have mentioned it in the extended, where I said it was a time for me to go to the dentist and finally get some shit fixed. Right? I got scolded, hurt my ego a little bit going there for sure. You know, it is what it is. You can't do that. You can't just take Advil for a year. Okay, all right, calm down. I'm paying you. Why are you yelling at me? You know, it is a bit of that. But I didn't cancel the appointment because it's going to hurt my ego. You know, I was single-handedly keeping the ibuprofen industry in business. What do we got for a bridging energy here? Five of Swords. Well, that's a Five of Swords, right? So it says the same thing. It says what I've already said. This is an important time. Both sides it goes either way. It goes both ways. This side can end up just like this. So take the advice I gave this side. If you're over here, if you're one of my fox sparrows, if you're one of my bisons, take the advice I gave over here. All right? And as far as, it's going to hurt my ego, we need to cancel that. It's waking me up all night. Hey, grow a pair. All right, Archangel Michael, you're holding, both of you are holding Archangel Michael's sword of truth. Nobody gonna fuck with you. All right, grow a pair. I'm a girl, Steve, then grow a pair anyway. Be a girl with balls. I don't fucking care. Whatever the case, it's terrific energy. Both sides terrific. This side I can dig. It's just I've got a certain peoples here. Right? You might be all this, even if you pick this, but for a few of you over here, you cancel anything that might hurt your ego, or I'm afraid, Steve, I don't know if I should go. You know how to avoid fear? Keep your heart chakra open. That's how you avoid fear. Love is very powerful, and so is Archangel Michael's sword of truth. I'll tell you what. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.